And you like just put it in pressure points. Oh, this feels so good. Welcome back to my channel. I'm back. If you guys noticed, there's a big change that happened recently. We are now empowered by Keisha instead of powered Black Doula. Before we get into the video, I just want to talk about why I made that change. So with this shift of being a mother and I'm not fully being engulfed in birth as much as I used to and focusing more on training doulas, I just thought this felt like such a good fit. Of course, we're still going to talk about things that are related to, prepping for birth, all those things, but this name just feels so much better. So today's video is going to be about what to pack in your bag, Doula edition. This is not just a regular doula bag checklist, okay? This is going to be um, my perspective of what you should pack in a bag. I know everybody is different, but I just thought I would share some things that I think are really important to pack in the bag. And if I don't have it in my actual bag, I'll just put right here on the screen for you guys, okay? So let's get into the video and talk about my first thing that I would 100% pack in my hospital bag if I was giving birth in the hospital. This massage gun. It's like what? $40, $40 on Amazon. I'm telling y'all, it's a lifesaver. Let me turn it on. Like the thing is so amazing. And you like just put it in pressure points. Oh, this feels so good. But anyways, you can have your birth partner or your doula put this in pressure points on your back. This thing was a lifesaver for my birth. 100% a lifesaver. So I would absolutely recommend this. And it comes with like different types of attachments. So just to show you guys the attachments it comes with. It comes with this. I have no idea. I only use this one, so I can't tell you how the other ones feel. Because of just different little attachments. They're so easy to like pop off, pop back on. It's easy to pop off, pop back on. But anyways, it comes with like a bunch of little attachments with $30, $40. The best $30, $40 you'll spend. I'm not joking with you. So the next thing I suggest is bringing a comfortable dress. Now, some people do labor dresses, and I think that's awesome. But I would suggest that if you're going to bring like a fancier, like comfortable, like dress to wear during labor, buy two, okay? Or buy a cute little, like some sort of cute pajama set for postpartum because you want to be comfortable, you want to be cute, you want to feel fresh when you can take that first shower. So that's what I would suggest. And I'll pop one on a screen of what I suggest to bring. I had a labor dress from Amazon, but it was a lot cheaper. So I'm going to put one on the screen that's way better than the one that I had. It literally, by the time I did one wash, that dress was done, but it was comfortable for the time being, to be honest, because it was just really easy to like move around, to do the things I need to do when the midwife needed to check the baby, stuff like that. So if you want to use it, you can use it, but it was a cheaper version. So I'll pop one on the screen that's way better. Another thing that people forget is lip balm. You do not really think that your lips are going to be crusty, but they can be crusty. So I would pack some sort of lip balm in your bag. And it doesn't have to be a fancy one. It could be one that you get from Walmart, whichever favorite lip balm that you have. Just make sure you bring it so your lips are not dry. And then, you get to look great too, because who wants to be taking pictures looking all crusty? You know what I mean? So that's another advantage. Another thing that I would suggest is a hair tie. Do you know how many clients I've had like, do you have a hair tie? I want to put my hair up, especially if you get like labor braids, or if you have locks like me, or you just have really, really long hair. My hair has grown so much since I first got got my hair locked. So just make sure you bring a few hair ties, not just one, and put them, make sure they're easily accessible in your bag so that your doula or your partner can find them really, really easy. And that's one less thing you have to worry about. When you know you need a hair tie, boom, somebody has it for you already. Another thing I would suggest is a fan. Okay. A fan. You know, a lot of people don't realize how hot you get during labor, but just imagine you going to work out or something. That's what labor is identical to me, working out. So make sure you bring some sort of fan. I will put one on the screen. I used to have one, but I think I may have left it at a client's house. I haven't seen it since. It's okay though. They're really cheap. They're like $10, I believe, on Amazon. But I'll pop one on the screen. Make sure you bring a fan. And also if you want some sort of like heating, you know, when you're getting those contractions or when you're getting period cramps, the first thing a lot of people go to is a heating pad. So I would suggest packing your heating pad as well. They're really cheap at even CVS, like 10, $15. Get you a heating pad, put that in there. And then after you give birth, when you're having those after labor contractions, you can put it on your belly. So heating pad is 100% great for labor and postpartum. I would also suggest bringing snacks. Now, when doulas say you can eat during labor, we're not sitting here saying eat a 5-course meal. Absolutely not. What we're saying is snacking, peanuts, peanut butter, celery, grapes, a bite of an apple, maybe some mandarins, like something really small that can just give you the energy you need during labor to keep going, or the energy you need to push, or whatever the case may be. Make sure it's something that is very light on the stomach so you don't like throw it up, because you probably throw up anyway, because in labor most people do throw up. But make sure you bring something that doesn't like easily trigger you to throw up. It's just something small to snack on. Also bring something to drink, some electrolytes, coconut water, body armor. They have little electrolyte packets. I will make sure that I put them on the screen. So there's just so many options of what you can do when it comes to packing. Or I mean, when it comes to the electro packs, I'll put the one that I prefer on the screen. But yeah, bring some electrolytes as well so that you make sure you're staying hydrated, especially if you are a person that's planning on not doing an IV or giving birth at home, because this can be used for home births as well. You can also pack a stress ball. They sell them at like Five Below. I'll show you one that it kind of looks like a stress ball, but you know those little spongy balls? I thought I had one in here, but a little spongy ball that can be used and you can squeeze. That's really helpful for labor. A labor comb as well. Let me show you guys that. That is like, I used that during my labor, and when I tell you it was the best thing ever, that thing felt good. Hold on. It would have been nice if I just laid all this stuff out. Let's do that now. Labor comb. This is your labor comb. Pressure points in your hand, acupressure points that help. It's also a really good distraction for when you're getting those contractions. Right now I'm on a labor ball, or a birth ball, whatever you want to call it. So say for instance I'm in labor, I'm getting a contraction. First thing you want to do is squeeze this as it's starting to build, because labors are like waves, right? Squeeze as it's starting to build. The best thing ever, a labor comb. And I got this from I think Etsy, and it even has "you got this" on here. So I love this. Labor comb is absolutely amazing. Now for the baby, the hospital provides little things like diapers. They don't give you wipes anymore. I think they just use like a wet towel or something like that. So if you want to use wipes, I would suggest bringing your own wipes. But the hospital provides little things. They even give you like a onesie, but this is what I would suggest for the baby. So if you plan on taking like any special pictures after baby is born, pack that cute little outfit in there. And then even if you are one of those people that like to pack like a cute outfit for when they go home, pack that as well. What I would suggest though is bringing like maybe a couple of things that are like newborn, and then 0 to 3 months. Like, so bring one newborn, one 0 to 3 month outfit, just because you never know how tiny a baby is and what size they'll actually fit. And I believe newborn, it can fit up to like 9 or 10 pounds. So, if you have like 11, 12 pound baby, of course you would go a little bit higher in sizing, but that's the purpose of bringing multiple outfits, so that you have things in that case. I would also bring maybe like some socks, or mittens if you want to, if it's cold. And if you want to, you can also bring like a swaddle or a soft blanket. A lot of people take the hospital blankets home anyway, so it's just really up to you. But if you want to, you can bring that too, because that way baby has like a really soft blanket to go home with instead of that rough hospital blanket. Had to make sure my mic was on. So next up is toiletries. So a lot of people, we don't think, or we don't really consider the things that we'll actually need when it comes to toiletries. But I'm going to tell you the things that you need. Now, when it comes to people that are people of color, particularly Black people, we don't wash our hair everywhere. Different types of water pressure can be extremely different on our hair type. But if you're one of those people that prefer to wash your hair, and you have to wash your hair every day if you have a different hair texture than mine, then you want to bring your own shampoo, your own conditioner, bring your own body wash as well. Make sure you bring your own toothbrush, your own toothpaste if you want to. They do offer them at the hospital, but if you use a special kind, bring that. Bring your mouthwash. I would suggest going into the Walmart or the Target section where they have all the travel size kind, and just get the travel size, and leave your products at home. I would also suggest bringing your own towels. You know how small those towels are at the hospital? So bring a big towel so that you can dry off properly. And if you want to bring your own face towel, you can bring that as well. I think that's really important because nobody wants to dry off with those medium-sized towels. So bring you a bigger towel so you're more comfortable and it doesn't feel like you're drying off for hours. I would also suggest, if you want to, is bringing what's it called? Bringing your own peri bottle. So I'll put on screen a peri bottle that I prefer. Some people prefer the hospital ones. So whichever ones you prefer. Also, the hospital will give you a peri bottle if you prefer that hospital grade peri bottle. But if you prefer like particular type of peri bottle, I like the one that kind of sprouts up, like the one on the screen. So that's the one I would suggest bringing if you want to be more comfortable and like be able to like really get in there when you're wiping. The hospital has pads. Some people do feel comfortable bringing their own pads. Say you're very sensitive down there, you can bring your own pads. A lot of people prefer the diapers. I'll put a brand on there that's really good for that. But a lot of people prefer the diapers if they wanted to do the diapers. And the hospitals have the ice packs. So whatever works for you, you can bring either or. But I usually say keep the pads at home, save them from where you're actually at home, and use the hospital stuff. So next up is mental and emotional support, things to bring to help you throughout labor. So one thing I would suggest bringing is your own speaker. I bring my own speaker with me to birth. So I do have my own speaker and I have a charger for it. So, sometimes your doula has it, but a lot of times people just like to bring it because they like their particular speaker, and there's nothing wrong with that. So you can bring your own speaker as well, just so you're comfortable, so you can play your own playlists and have your own affirmations and things like that. And while we're talking about affirmations, I would also suggest writing affirmations on an index card. You can be creative as you want to with it. Maybe get some colorful markers and, jot them down really pretty, and have your doula or your partner put them in places throughout your hospital room where you can see them, like in the bathroom, on the bathroom mirror, anywhere accessible where you can see it, so you can constantly remember those affirmations as you are laboring. Another thing I would suggest is bringing your own personal headphones. A lot of times we need that music in our own ears instead of it being blasted. So that could be really helpful as well. I had my own personal headphones throughout labor. If I can find a clip, I'll show it. But there was a lot of parts of my labor where I was like, using my peanut ball at home, and I had my headphones on, and I was kind of like in my own zone. So I think it's really good to have your own headphones. Another thing I would suggest is, if you don't have a doula, printing out your birth plan. I believe, yes. No, I don't have birth plans. I was gonna say I believe I have birth plans, a free birth plan you can download on my website, but I don't have that anymore. I have a pregnancy guide. But anyways, regardless, find your free birth plan. If you want one, I can always email it to you. You can email me at empowerblackdoula@gmail.com, and I'll email you one for free. But yeah, make sure you print out a birth plan so that your preferences can be met. I would suggest printing out like maybe 4 to 5, because you just don't know how long you'll be there, especially if you're induced, and you can have some for multiple shifts, multiple doctors, and things like that. So just print out a few copies of your birth plan. And then lastly, maybe bringing a journal, something you can use to jot down any thoughts that you're having throughout labor. Also, just unpacking that with your partner and your doula is really important as well. If you need a moment where you're just like, I am fucking exhausted, I want this to be over, jot that down. Or I'm really emotional because I want my mom to be a part of my birth and she's not here. Jot that down. Whatever you need throughout that process, you can just jot down, and a journal is really good for that. Your support person needs a bag too. I've seen a lot of people struggle with what to bring as far as to the hospital when they're the support person. So these are some things that I would suggest that your partner brings so that they're comfortable as well. Comfortable clothes, maybe even a hoodie. Hospitals are extremely cold. They do have warm blankets at most hospitals. So just a little tip. I'm a warm blanket girl when I go in there. So you can always ask for a warm blanket, but maybe bringing some very like comfortable clothes so that you're not too hot. Maybe even a sweatsuit would be great for a partner. A phone charger with the charging cords, a laptop with laptop charging cords, iPad, all of that. Whatever little entertainment they may need, especially if it's going to, be like a induction, that may be really helpful as well. And then it gives you guys some entertainment. If you get a moment where you get an epidural, you can watch something with him as well. Love Island is the biggest thing right now people are talking about. So Love Island, I don't really care for it. I tried to get into it, but just bring some entertainment as well. The partner can bring some entertainment so that they have some things to do. Also, they can bring lots of snacks, water bottle. The hospital does have a station where you can refill your water bottle, and they can also go down to the cafeteria if they want snacks as well. But it's always good to have like their own personal snacks that they could just snack on if they don't feel like walking all the way to a cafeteria. And then I would also suggest bringing change. Now, most vending machines have like the card option, but just in case, bring a bag of coins. You just never know if you'll need it, or some dollars or some cash or something, so that you'll be able to use that at the vending machine if you need like a quick snack. And that's it. A hospital bag does not have to be hard to pack. You just have to be intentional and prepare yourself the way that you would want to prepare yourself for, especially when you're about to give birth. But yeah, that is the end of this video. If this is your first time watching, hit like, subscribe, maybe share this with a pregnant friend that you have. I appreciate you guys watching. If you have any questions, drop that in the comments. I would love to answer any of your questions. And that is the end of this video. Thank you guys for watching. See you next time.